Is the South Carolina Lady Warriors. Bob's coming over to do the commentary here in just a second. Zamboni just cleared the ice, so we will get going here, and I will pass the mic over.
Yeah, I just put it on. It's going to be on the YouTube, his normal channels. I put it in the group chat.
You are good to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, boys and girls, ships, hockey fans, and all the ships at sea. You're looking live at the Community First Igloo here just outside of Jacksonville, Florida. It's the third weekend, would be the fourth if the first weekend hadn't been hurricaned out, but it's the third weekend of Southern Girls Hockey League play. Upcoming is going to be your Queen City Royals versus the South Carolina Lady Warriors. This will be the second matchup of these two teams on the weekend. They met earlier, and in the earlier matchup, the Warriors coming away with the 5-0 shutout. In the last game, Warriors went on to Warriors will have another game of correction. Warriors had lost their first game of the weekend to the Bears 3-0. Then they won the second game here, and I believe I'm missing one of their games because I only have them. They lost this morning 5-0 to the Lucky Pucks, and so now this will be their fourth game here against the Royals. The Royals, of course, they started out with, it's been a rough weekend. There's really no putting lipstick on the pig. They started out with an 11-1 loss to the Lucky Pucks. Then they went down 5-0 to these same South Carolina Lady Warriors. And then, of course, earlier this morning, the 11-1 loss to the powerhouse Lady Bears. Lady Bears remaining perfect now so far on the season, sitting comfortably in first place with a record of 11-0, and what is now going to be a staggering goal differential of 78 goals for, 8 goals against. So a staggering 70 goal plus 70 goal differential. Lucky Pucks and South Florida. What was it? How many goals, Greg, did the Pucks score in the earlier game today? So the Lucky Pucks against had 5 goals earlier. We have 56 goals for, 21 goals against. So 35 goal plus differentiator. Then you come down to the Lady Warriors, who with the loss earlier have now gone to 3-7, still remain at 23 goals for, 30 against, so that -7 differential. And unfortunately, things just get worse for your Royals, now 0-11, and having scored just 1 goal, so they're up to 11 goals, but allowing 11, so 99 against. So looking at a goal differential now of 89. So pretty tough number there, actually a little bit higher than that. So part of the problem for the Royals is yet this season have not been able to put the entire team on the ice. Earlier this weekend, 2 scratches for the games for the entire weekend have been the very valuable Eva Boyette and Kate Steckley. Boyette has been the starting center for these Royals, and Kate Steckley, a solid forward and defensewoman, really a great utility two-way player. So two big misses there. Royals were also missing Kate Furr, who plays center, early this morning. Good news is she's back in the lineup for this game. Bad news is Emery King now is a scratch, and Emery, of course, played center in that previous game. So this Royals franchise, the bottom line is, this is the third weekend we've seen them, Greg, but we've yet to see the Queen City Royals because the people who have been missing have been significant enough. It's hard to really take a look at the team. So 14U, what's their weekend looking like? I know they had games earlier. Greg, how did things make out for the 14U team?
So 14U for the weekend went 2-2. We won both of our games this morning. We had an early one versus the Lightning, and we won in a 6-0 shutout. And then we just finished a game against the Atlanta Thrashers and won that one 8-4.
And that early game was at 7:30. Would you like to talk for a minute about the experience of trying to get a 14-year-old girl out of bed at 7:30 to get to a 7:30 game?
Fortunately, in my case, I don't have that issue. My daughter is a morning person, so she is ready to go. But I can totally understand how it would be hard to do, but my daughter is usually good to go first thing in the morning, no matter what.
All right, I'm going to spend a few minutes contemplating what life would be like if I had teenagers who got up in the morning and being very jealous of Greg Henry. And for those of you watching and for everyone in the Royals Nation, just can't be thankful enough to Greg Heller here, who has graciously, his games are over. He should be on the road home, but so that you don't have to watch my terrible camera work in portrait version on Facebook, he's agreed to film the game while I do the play-by-play, and also he's going to provide some color commentary. So super grateful for that, and hopefully by our next weekend we'll have the video situation worked out. Thought we had it figured out going into this weekend so we wouldn't have to be such a burden on Greg, but it didn't go that way. So, Greg, thank you so much on behalf of everybody, especially those watching home, being willing to film this game for us.
You're welcome. Happy to do it.
So let's run down your roster for your Queen City Royals. Number 1 is Samantha Bernius. Number 8 is Lola Terafe. Would expect her to be in goal based on the rotation for this game. Number 12 is Isabella Karachi. Number 13 is Caitlin Hall. Number 17, Morgan Andreen. Number 24, Emma LaForce. Number 33, Elizabeth Fleming. She'll likely be the backup goaltender in this game. Number 45 is Gabby Miller. Number 51 is Kate Furr. Number 55 is Abby Tripp. Number 58 is Kate Steckley. Again, she is a scratch on the weekend. Number 59 is Emery King. Again, she'll be a scratch for this game, having played in the previous 3 games. Number 77 is Eva Boyette. She is she is a scratch for the weekend. And number 93, Addison Cook. And finally, number 97, Addison Eberling. And the head coach, of course, is Coach Alexis. We're about to get underway here. Kate Furr to take the opening faceoff. She's out there with Miller and Cook. Back on defense, we have Hall and Dreen. Faceoff is won by the Warriors, hit ahead by Rowley, who charges into the zone. Puck comes to the outside. Rowley circles back to pick it up, goes around the faceoff circle, throws it in toward the net. Going to be brought in now by the Warriors. Warriors looking to get a shot off the skate of Hall. Royals right off the bat with another good shot block. It was definitely something we saw them do well in the game against the Bears. Puck comes out. Furr has a chance. Oh, my goodness. Good thing that was seen, as Furr may have had a chance to get behind the defense there. But just in the nick of time, I believe that was Hoyle for the Warriors, picked it up and was able to send it down the length of the ice for an icing. Royals will take an opportunity to get a change. Warriors are going to keep who they have on the ice, 14-26. So it looks like Coach Alexis looking to keep her line short here with the shorter bench, although they're really both benches quite short. Faceoff is won by, the Warriors, fired along. I believe that was Rowley. Hurrying to get after it is going to be Bernius. Bernius is going to have to hurry back, chips it out of the zone nicely. Tripp is there. Tripp tries to bang it off the boards, get her pocket picked by Rowley. Good save, steered aside there by Tarife. I am correct. She is in goal. Puck comes out of the zone. Hoyle will have to chase after it. She looks to circle back, fires it up along the boards, comes back to Eberling. Eberling chips it ahead a little bit too far for Tripp. Tripp will follow cautiously after Hoyle. Hoyle fires it around behind the net, looks to bring it up the far side. Intercepting it, though, is Karachi. Good job by Karachi to step up and break up the play. She's still with it, looking for the center try, gets it in front, gets it onto the stick of Tripp. Tripp a little bit too much for her to handle, unable to get a shot. Here's a trying to try on the stick. Another shot right in front, loose again. Two good chances for the Royals. Two good chances for the Royals as the pass came across the middle. Skylar Young in goal for the Warriors is formidable behind the pipes. Arguably the strongest goaltender in the division. Puck comes to the outside. Ferg gets beat on that one. This is going to bring a rush down the far side by the Warriors. Andreen is there to break it up and does. Puck comes loose. Andreen fires it up along the boards looking for help and gets some. Warriors looking to get it out in front but cannot. Now still circling for it. Ferg a little bit high, needs to come back and help out. Here's a shot. There's a save loose in front. Oh, two saves. Another shot and another nice save. And finally it covers up. Beautiful job there by Tarife. Makes the first good save, makes the rebound save, and then covers up the rebound to prevent any damage. And with 13:05 left to play, puck comes to the outside. Chipped out now by, that's going to be Cook. Cook chases after it. Warriors are going to get there first. Coming back to help is Miller, but it gets past her. Going to come all the way back to Hall, who's had a strong weekend on defense, as has Andreen, her defensive partner. Here they look to bring it up to the side, and you know, Greg, this is what we've been talking about. They're just trying to skate through too many people. We really saw the contrast in the game earlier with the Bears. Just the movement around the puck, setting up in the zone, making the crisp passes, the breakout passes. Seems like the Royals are trying to depend on just carrying the puck up the ice, and, you know, sooner or later it's a numbers game.
Yeah, Hall had some good moves, but she just had too many people to go through to maintain the handle.
You can keep writing checks, but sooner or later you're going to run out of money in the account, and that's basically what's been happening on these rushes. Puck comes up ahead a little bit too much for Cook to handle. Cook goes down, lands on the stick of first. She's all by herself. No chance of getting around anyone. Warriors come back, and this is going to be brought up by Kraus. Kraus had a goal or two in the previous game. Strong player there. Royals all over the ice there as they went down and fell down. This is Dill chipping it in now. Looking to circle back after it is Bernius. Bernius goes behind the net, looks to bring it up the far side, chips it up along the boards, but it's going to land on the stick of Rowley for the water. Oh, nice job there by Karachi to break it up as Rowley looked to chip it back in, but Karachi was there. Chipped off the boards ahead to Tripp now. Tripp fighting for it, going to land on the stick of Hoyle, brings it back up where it lands on the stick of Bernius. Comes back now to Gibbs, brings it up. Bernius again flips it ahead. Here's a chance for Bernius moving down. Going to come back now. It's Tripp. Tripp finally dumps it in. So love 40 there on the tennis match that went on right in front of us, but finally it's Rowley having to circle behind her net with 11 minutes left to play. Puck gets out ahead. Somebody right off the boards gets beat. Going to have to be some help from Eberling. Gets it. Here's the shot. Goes wide. So a little discombobulated there. Tripp gets hung up with one of the Warriors. Incidental contact, no call. Warrior and Royal go down behind the net, behind the play. Didn't see it. That puck is going to go the length of the ice and be an icing. And with 10:42 left to play in the first period, still no score. So, Greg, there's been some bad blood between these two teams. As I'm told, there's been a lot of penalties. There's been some physical play. First game, good, clean fun between both teams. And so far here, looks like a pretty good matchup.
Seems to be so far. We'll see how it plays out because, yeah, there's been some altercations. And we'll have to see what happens.
All right, so here we go. Here's a shot on goes to the wide, to the near side. Two Warriors are going to get there first. getting beat to it. So, again, just a little bit of a problem. Here's a shot in front, steered aside nicely by Terefei. A little bit dangerous there. Tripp fires it out. That's going to go through a couple skates. It's waved off. Apparently, the referee feels like somebody got a piece of it. I'm not so sure, but I'll take it. Now circling behind the net. Here they come. I believe this may be Kraus bringing it up the ice. And here they move up. Here come the Warriors. Oh, nice job by Miller to come across. That was actually Fishback. Miller came across to break it up. Here now is going to be Furr who fires it up ahead. Furr gets it into the zone. Chasing after it is going to be Cook. Cook looking to circle back around. It appears to me that we may have, so there's a nice job by Furr to pick it off, but she puts it right back on the stick of Fishback. Fishback circles in the zones. Fishback still turning around, looking to bring it in, and finally does. Here comes Fishback, turned to the outside by Andreen. Chips it up, goes on the blocker, knocked down by Terrafly nicely. This is going to come out to Furr. Furr should have some time if she looks up, and she does. Here comes Furr moving it up the ice. Good job by Cook to hold on. Here comes Furr in. Furr is going to try to get around, looking for the center try. Gets it out in front. Oh, just got in the skates. Good look there by Furr to try to get it out to Cook. Good job by Cook to hold back and stay on side, but good job by the Warriors defense to block the pass. Now it's picked off by Tripp, flipped up ahead, comes back to Bernius. Off of her stick, going to come all the way back to Furr, helping out on defense. Good cover by Furr. Now here's going to be a chance by Hendricks. Hendricks takes a shot, it's loose. Oh my gosh, and she just lost sight of it. So once again, we're seeing a fluke goal here. Sting the Royals, and Greg, in a goal like that clearly just wasn't seen, kind of a fluke goal, but with somebody like Skylar Young between the pipes for the Warriors, you really can't afford to let yourself get too far down in a game like this.
No, Skylar's real good. I've been watching her for a couple of years, and you're not going to get too many past her.
Very consistent game to game. So here we come back now. Going to come back to Bernius. Bernius looks to move it up, runs into trouble. Tripp is there to help. That puck's going to go deep into the corner. Chasing after it is LaForce. It appears that Coach Alexis is going with two centers and two lines up front. Oh, loose puck in front. Scary moment there as Kraus is standing right on the doorstep. But LaForce and Terefei able to break it up. Face-off will be off the stick side of Terefei. So, again, it appears to me, I'm almost positive that it looks like that Coach Alexis is going with a two defense and then, it's so two forward lines up and back here with the absence of King. Here we go now, moving it up the ice. This is going to be Eberling. Eberling also having a strong weekend, but can't get by Hoyle here. Turned back around, fighting for it is Cook. Cook gets it back onto the stick of Hoyle. Now breaking out with it is Gibbs. Gibbs through the neutral zone. Gibbs looks to break it in, shoots it wide. Going back to get it now is going to be Andreen. Andreen gets met by a good centering try there. Andreen got her pocket pick. Here's another shot that's dangerous the way it bounces in. Now racing it into the corner is going to be Gibbs and Hall. Hall doing a great job. Great job by Hall to use the body there and put the block on. That puck's going to come back, though, still in. Dangerous here as the and that's going to go to the outside. Oh, my goodness. That side of the net was wide open. Fortunate that it went wide, and all of a sudden the Royals having difficulty getting out of their own zone. Pad save and a beauty by Terefei. Steers it to the side, comes to Eberling. Eberling tries to get it out, cannot. This is a shot on goal, lands right on the stick. Backhand try, broken up nicely by Andreen. This is Miller, looks to flip it out and does. Great play by Miller to send that airborne, get it to land, force the Warriors all the way back in their own zone. However, did not have the icing. And now looking to bring it up is going to be Gibbs. Gibbs with Kraus in the middle. Takes the shot, steered aside by the pad of Terefei. Lands back on a Warrior stick. There to fight for it is, here's a shovel pass in front. Another pad save. Going to be trouble. Here's another shot. Another pad save. Two shots in a row from Gibbs. Puck comes behind. A little bit too hot for the Warrior to handle. LaForce is there. Can't get there in time, though. Broken up nicely in front of the net. Finally chipped out. And with 6:58 left to play, this will be Hoyle for the Warriors circling back, looking to set it up. Warriors in white, moving from left to right. Your Royals in black, moving from right to left as Furr looks to break up Kraus. Kraus able to get it in. Bernius is back there. Bernius holds onto it. No, loses a handle on it. Has it taken away. Comes back to the outside to Hoyle. Hoyle with a shot on. Knocked down in front. Blocked by LaForce. So the Royals continuing to do a good job Things getting pretty physical down there. Looking for the wraparound. Comes right out in front. And here's a chance for Tripp to bring it up the ice. Here comes Tripp. Got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Fur, Tripp, and Cook. Tripp tries to go through. Going to be still kept in as Karaki gets after it. Karachi goes into the boards. Gets taken down. Good no call, though. Goes around to the outside, and the Royals just have nobody there. Going to give the Warriors a chance to come out. Now Karachi's there. Stepping up is Bernius, but that's going to leave a one-on-one here. Going to have to get back 2-on-1. LaForce is the only one back, looking to get around. Centering try. Puts it right in the stick of Bernius, but it comes back right onto a Warrior stick. Now a third Warrior and goes to the outside. So dangerous moments there. Centering try by the Warriors. Warriors controlling the play at this point in the Royals zone. Puck comes to the near side. Centering try right in front. Goes through 2 Warrior sticks. Looking to break it out now is going to be Karachi. Karachi fires it along the boards. Lands right on a stick there. Fur maybe a little bit too far down the ice. Now here's another chance for the Warriors. Nifty little move there. Come in. Here's a shot. Steer down. Loose in front. Chipped in, and they score. Good goal by the Warriors for sure, but really not enough of a sense of an urgency really on the part of the Royals, either by the defense or the goaltender. That was a stoppable goal, I have to say. So now we're down 2-0 with 5:19 left to play. We'll have Eberling out there along with Miller and Cook. Back on defense, we've got Hall and Andreen. Face-off is won cleanly by Eberling. Gets it back, but Miller's got to come back for it. Gets it out of the zone. Going to come back to the blue line where it's controlled. Chipped ahead. Almost a chance for Eberling to pick it off, and she does. Here's a chance for Eberling. One to get around. Takes a shot. Not going to fool Skylar Young with a shot like that. Here's another chance by Miller. Can't quite get a handle on it, though. So a couple of good chances there by it. Now here's a chance. Here's Eberling with the backhand. Still fighting for it. Eberling with another shot. Still loose in the skates. And finally, it looks like they're going to break it out, and they do, trying to fight around Karachi. And good job there by Andreen coming over to help as Eberling will dump it deep into the zone. Skylar Young will control it with her stick, turn it to the outside. Now looking to bring it up the ice. Bounced off, lands right on the stick of Andreen, though. However, the Warriors able to get a handle on it, and now the Warriors will bring it up the ice. This is going to be Fishback. Fishback goes to the outside. Nobody there to help her. Throws it in front. Nobody there. Going to go all the way across. But, Greg, there's an example of what we're talking about. Collision there. Seemed incidental. No call on the play. Puck comes around, fired along the outside here. Tripp is going to have to get there. And she does. Tripp manages to get it out of the zone. Not sure if Tripp got a handle on it. Here's a chance for Tripp now. Got 2 people to break through. Can't do it. Still fighting for it. Here comes looks like Volko the other way. Broken up, trying to break it up now is Hall. Hall circles back around behind her net here. Royals looking to get their first win of the weekend. Here comes Hall, bringing it up the ice. Hall's got some room. She's got 2 people to beat, though. Got to get some help with her. And a nice poke check by Fishback there as Hall goes down. Hit from behind there a little bit. Incidental contact by Fishback. Puck comes up the outside. Referee doing a good job of letting the girls play. Nothing out of hand here yet as LaForce circles back behind. 3:35 left to play in the first period. 2-0. The Warriors on top of your Royals here as Raleigh tries to control it. Raleigh driven into the boards by Tripp, and the puck goes deep into the zone where LaForce will look to bring it out. Good forecheck by the Warriors. That's going to get past the Warriors. No icing. Chasing after is going to be Karachi. Nobody with her, though, as the Royals are on a change. Karachi, though, on a good forecheck and does a great job with it, allowing them to get some pressure on. Fed up ahead to Bernius. Comes back to LaForce. LaForce turns in her own zone. So, Greg, this is what we've talked about on the weekend. At the end of the day, the Royals just getting outworked here. There's been a couple times I've seen in the last few minutes here where, pucks that really should have been Royal pucks. Royals should have gotten there. Warriors gotten there first, and that could be all the difference.
Yeah, you just want to see that one extra step, and that would probably be all it takes in some of these cases.
Miller fighting for it now and still fighting for it. Comes back now. Karachi and Dill bang into each other. Coming over to help out is Eberling. Eberling turns it around. Play is going to be offsides, and it is, as Eberling did a good job knocking it back out there. This is such a key at this level. It makes such a difference if you skate through the play. So often you'll see players going to the puck. They go like gangbusters to get to the puck, and then they get 2-3 feet away, and they coast in. Really, you just want to close the distance. Get a penalty on the play. It looks like Miller may be going for a hook, or a high stick, rather. Did not see it. So I'm going to guess that Miller's stick came up and caught the Warriors player above the shoulder. And so once again, we'll get a look at the Royals penalty kill. Furr out there at center, along with Hall on defense. Looks like we've got Andreen and Cook. So Andreen and Hall on defense, Furr and Cook up front, looking for the centering try, trying to shovel it in. Boy, they do love that wraparound here in the SGHL, but it just doesn't work. Oh, a nice save. Man, that had me scared for a second, Greg. I was looking at a lot of knots there. We got a player down, injured on the play. Player down, whistle is going to blow. Not sure what happened. I saw the collision. Didn't look like much. But I believe that is Cook who is down. Again, did not see what happened.
I didn't see it either.
Looked like incidental contact, but it didn't look like much. Looks like one of those fender-bender car accidents where you don't expect anybody to be hurt, and the next thing you know, they're putting people injured. So she rolls over, maybe just got the wind knocked out of her. But going back to that previous shot, Greg, I think you and I both saw it. I don't know about you, but I was counting a lot of knots in that open space. And then beautiful job by Terrafly to get up there with the blocker pad and steer it aside.
Lola with a phenomenal blocker save there. She got over and robbed the Warriors.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, looks like we are getting, it is in fact Cook. Looks like she's getting to her feet. She seems fairly shaken up. So really surprised. She seems fairly shaken up. Gets to her feet. I don't think so. I caught it at the end and saw her go down, and it looked like she came down on top of her arms. I don't think that was it, but I could be wrong. But Coach Alexis is going to have to shorten her bench here now. Going to guess she'll probably, well, we'll see. We'll see if we can get her back on the ice. Helmets on. Looks like she's ready. So we are still killing the penalty here. 1:02 left to play as Eberling wins the faceoff and gets it over to Furr, who's on the right wing here. Now circling behind. Good one pressure here put on by Eberling. Eberling comes back. Here comes now. This is going to be Hoyt bringing it in. Hoyt takes a shot, goes just wide. Hoyt looking for the centering try, throws it out in front, broken up nicely there. Going to get back around, chased after it is Dill. Dill circles in the corner, pressured by going to be Furr. Correction. Nope, that's Eberling. Puck goes on. Another pad save steered aside there by Terafay. Centering try broken up by Hall, but the Warriors maintain possession. Comes back to Hoyt. Hoyt throws it toward the net with a decent shot, but puts it right into the logo of Lola Terafay and keeps the score at 2-0. 20 seconds left on the power play for the Warriors. Faceoff is going to be off the glove side of goaltender Lola Terafay. Looks like Furr to take the faceoff out there along with LaForce, and believe that that's going to be Miller with her as well. This is going to be brought up by Furr. Furr comes up the near side. She can skate, but she's got two to beat. Looks to turn to the outside, and Fishback does a nice job with the forecheck. Understand that, here's a shot. Goes wide to the outside. Here's LaForce looking to bring it up the ice. LaForce feeds it over to Furr. Furr does a nice job catching on the backhand. But again, Hoyle's able to catch her. Furr still got it, though. Furr skating through two people. Can't quite get through him. Puck comes up. It's controlled by Tripp. Nope, Warriors able to get it out. Bernius comes to help and does keep it in, but it comes right onto a Warrior stick. And now it'll be the Warriors moving it up the ice as the Warriors look to bring it in. Good back check there by Tripp. Turns it around. Good drop pass, though. They're probably going to get a shot here. On net, goes just wide. Terrafly puts it to the outside. Still struggling with it. This is LaForce fires it up. Having to get there is Karachi. Karachi fires it back. It comes back on the net. Circling back after it is Bernius, but the Warriors get there first. Penalty is over. Period about to be over. Buzzer will sound. And at the end of one period, the South Carolina Lady Warriors on top by a score of 2-0 over your Queen City Royals. I understand that Kate Furr's father used to be a hockey coach and may have given her some pointers about trying to chip the puck in rather than skate through two defenders. We'll see if any of that manages to translate onto the ice. So good rush, couple of real good moments there, Greg. I mean, it's 2-0. Certainly a lot of hockey left. We've seen some promising moments, some good pressure. Strong goaltender in Skylar Young. You're going to have to come with some quality shots or, at least channel your inner Phil Esposito, who none of these girls have any idea who he is. But, getting those garbage goals in front, just being ready to knock it in and take advantage.
Yeah, we need to get a couple extra in the zone on the rushes. Follow behind, crash the net. See what we can pick up afterwards. Odds are Skylar's going to get the first one. You just got to be ready for that rebound, because once there's a rebound, all bets are off.
And that speaks to what we've been talking about this whole game, which is getting to the puck, right? So, you can't be saying, "Oh, here goes my teammate. I hope she has a good shot. Let me root for her," right? You've got to be driving hard to that net, looking for that rebound to come out to take advantage of that, especially against a goaltender like Skylar Young. And, when you have a team like this, like the Royals, where, yes, they've got opportunities to practice, but you've got a third of the team that are out-of-market girls who aren't able to be a part of that, I really like the dump and chase, right? I really like the idea of, as we see the Bears able to get down into the zone and set up and move the puck around, maybe a little bit unrealistic at this point to expect that from the Royals. Next best thing, dump and chase, get after it, little hustle, make things happen. All right, second period about to get underway. 15 fresh minutes on the clock. Your Royals in black moving from left to right. The South Carolina Lady Warriors in white moving from right to left. They enjoy a 2-0 lead at this point. Face-off taken by Eberling. Looks like it's controlled by Eberling. Gets it to Miller. Miller turns it into a shot on goal. Not much on it. But things looked shaky enough for goaltender Skylar Young that she decided she would cover it up and take her chances with the face-off, and that's what we'll have off of her stick side. Face-off to be taken by Eberling. Eberling gets it over. Eberling's been strong on the face-off this weekend as she wins that one. Here's a centering try. Goes there, blocked nicely by Fishback. Circling back behind that center try, and they score! Oh, baby! Standing on the side of heartbreak, I am the Warrior, as a beautiful job there from Miller behind the net. Bank shot puts it in, and we've got a 2-1 hockey game. Royals right back in it with 14:38 left to play in the second period. Face-off now is won. Greg, we'd love to see that put a little spark in these girls, right? They've in their game so far, they've been outscored badly. They've been shut out twice. Shut out once, only one goal in two other games, and both those goals came late in the game. So here, earliest goal so far of the weekend. Would love to see that get a little spark going and fire these girls up. All right, Kate Furr comes out to take the face-off. She is going to be out there with LaForce and Tripp. Bernius back on defense. Puck is loose in front, chipped on net, dangerous there. Fighting for it to get around it. Good job there. This is going to be Furr. Nifty move by Furr to bring it up the ice. Really did a good job there. Now she tries to get around it. There's what I'm talking about, though. Just one too much effort. Here's a chance, though. Would have loved to seen that dumped in. You're just not going to be able to skate through three people like that. And now this is what happens, right? Here comes a try the other way. Here's a shot goes wide. Player goes down into the boards. Turned back around. Warriors put the pressure on. Steered aside now by Bernius. Puck is loose. Comes right back out to the point, though. Broken up nicely there by Tripp. Warriors try to get a face-off. Picked off by Furr. Here she comes again. Got a back checker right on her tail, though. Going to have to dump it in, and she does. Gets it over there. Oh, there's a hook. 9 days. My goodness. Abby Tripp, the victim of a hook there, got turned right around. No call on the play. Puck comes to the outside to LaForce. Broken out by the Warriors. Chipped back up along the boards. Turned around by LaForce. Comes back into the corner. This is going to be Rowley chasing after it. 13-16 left to play, 2-1 hockey game as Rowley brings it up the near side, gets past LaForce. Bernice is going to have to hurry. Here comes Rowley like gangbusters. Rowley fires it up, gets it outside to Dill, though. They'll have to clear the zone. Dill looks to feed it over, puts it right into the stick of Furr. Furr throws that one in. Good job. Got to get after it a little bit harder, though. So I don't necessarily mind the strategy, but you got to get after it farther. Dangerous moments for the Royals as they seem to have more than a quorum on the ice for a second. Now moving it up, here comes Rowley once again. Rowley up to the neutral zone, gets hassled there by Tripp, gets hassled by Tripp again, still holds on to it, shoots it just wide, lands on the stick of Andreen, knows she can't control it, comes back to Hall. Hall fires it up the near side boards, fighting for it there, going to go all the way, lands back on the stick of Tripp. Tripp gets it up ahead to Cook. Cook jumps it in the zone, and the Royals will go for a change as Tripp goes to the bench and Miller comes on. Fighting for it, still fighting for it in the corner. Here come the Warriors bringing it up. Everybody on that side of the ice looked like a column there. Steered to the outside. Good save again by Terrifly. Looking for that wraparound once again. Here's a shot side angle knocked down by Hall. And the Royals continue to do a good job. Gets past her. There's going to be a chance for Tripp. Tripp's going to have to hurry. Tripp gets in there, goes around to the outside. Good job just to tie her up enough. Good play by the Warriors defender to use the body just enough and not take the interference call, as now this is Fishback brings it up the ice. Fishback gets muscled off the puck but hangs on to it, uses that size, comes around into the corner. She throws it back to the point, gets it there nicely. Here's a shot, comes all the way in, and it's broken up and kicked out now. Going to be Miller there. Miller fights for it, still fighting for it, still fighting for it. Miller back in the feet now, gets a little help from her friends as Eberling comes up, and the play is ultimately offsides, which gives the Royals a chance for a complete change of the student body as they will put a new line on the ice, front and back. So we're going to have Furr at center. She's going to be out there with Karachi. And it looks like Tripp on the far side. LaForce and Bernius back on defense. Karachi's going to have to hurry. Karachi gets taken off the play by Styles. 9. That was interference, folks. Can't do that. No call by the referee. Puck goes around loose in front, looking for the wraparound try. Can't quite get there. Puck comes to the outside, looks back now around. Here's a shot, goes right on the stick. Good job, couldn't get a handle on it. Good job by LaForce to tie it up. Here's a centering try, going to land on the stick of Karachi. Karachi brings it up the ice. She's got Tripp trailing, Furr on the far side. Here comes Karachi into the zone, can't quite get there. Taking up his Tripp. Tripp puts it on net, loose in punt. Loose in front, and Furr, there's exactly what we were talking about, Greg. Tripp took a good shot. Skylar Young did not control it. Puck was sitting there for a second. Furr needed to be charging there full speed to try to shovel that in between the legs.
The rebound was there.
All right, so Furr to take the face off. She's out there now, still with Karachi and we've got LaForce back on defense. Looks like we've got Tripp on the other side. There's a chance, comes back out, going to come right back. Oh, and bounces off of Bernius' stick. LaForce is going to have to hurry and does. Gets it up the ice. Good job there by Karachi. Karachi gets still fighting for it. Karachi still digging for it, still digging for it, still digging for it, still digging for it. And finally it comes back to Rowley. Rowley chips it off the boards, gets it up to Dill. Dill looks to bring it in. Dill looking for a pass way offsides. And the referee got that one right with 10-11 left to play. Warriors on top of the Royals by a score of 2-1 in what is so far an evenly matched hockey game. Face-off will be right here in front of our broadcast booth. Going to be Eberling to take the face-off. She is out there along with Cook and Miller. Hall and Andreen back on defense. Puck comes right to Hall. Hall maybe held on to that a little bit too long. Dangerous. Got to just get it out of the zone, Greg. Hall's got some good stick handling ability. She's got to know when to use it and when not to. Rowley fighting for it tough. She's been a beast this game, but it lands on Eberling. Eberling with a chance to get around the defense and does. Here's a centering try broken up nicely by the defender there. Believe that was Hoyle. Centering try. Going to try that rebound shot again. Puck is loose in front. Nobody there, unfortunately. And it's going to get past Andreen. Andreen comes back, fires it up along the boards. Controlled by Dill. Dill fans on it, though. Inner skates. Good job kicking it up ahead. Lands on the stick of Hoyle. Hoyle into the zone. She gets it broken up, but the puck goes over the far side. Miller is there to fight for it. Puck comes on net, goes all the way over. Going to land here, come to Dill. Dill circles back. Dill's going to have a shot if they don't get on her. Looking for it still, gets nothing off. Comes back to Hall. Hall now looking to feed it up. Here's comes out of the zone. Hall moves it in. Hall finally chips it up ahead, so does a good job threading the needle there. Puck is going to go back on Skylar Young, who is going to choose to freeze it. Hall doing
Technically counts.
and Hall doing a little bit of snowmaking there on the goaltender. Skylar Young on the stop. Faceoff is going to be off of the stick side of the aforementioned Skylar Young. Faceoff is battled for no clear winner. Here's a shot, though. Bounces to the outside. Good job there on a very difficult angle. Comes back to LaForce, puts it on net. Deflection try in front by Tripp. Good try on the deflection by Tripp. Oh, man. No call on the play, and I'm not sure I can't disagree. I feel like it was just it could have been really more good save there by Terrify, still fighting for it as the puck is loose, and finally Terrify freezes it. Gonna have to agree with the no call on that one. I really think both of them kind of went for the same intensity of body, and I think that Fishback just won the physics battle there. So good no call by the referee. 8:34 left to play, 2-1 hockey game. Royals looking to get their first win of the weekend, first win of the season here. Fur to take the face off, fights for it. Oh, won cleanly, though. Player goes down. Fishback brings it in. Still fighting for it now is Cook. Cook gets it out of the zone. Chasing back after it is Volko. Volko circles in her own zone. Fishback comes back to help. Good pressure by Tripp. Little bit of an overcommit, though. Now here comes Volko in, broken up nicely here. Coming back to help out is going to be Tripp. Here comes Tripp moving up the ice. Tripp gets past the defense. Tripp looking to get it. Good job there by number 5 of the Warriors to just keep that stick there and break it up. Now here they come the other way. Has to get around Bernius. Bernius looks to tie it up, loses it in her feet. Here's a chance now. Coming in, broken up nicely, chipped out, going to land on the stick of Cook. Cook goes to feed it over to Fur, but a little bit too far. Fur, there's what I'm talking about, Greg. There's a classic example of her coasting into the play instead of keeping her feet moving. That was Fur's puck to have, and instead we're going to have an offsides. Probably fortunate as Tripp lost her stick on the play and the puck was moving into the zone. So 7:40 left to play. But, Greg, we've talked about it, in the games we've done here together that, that extra step, that extra effort at the right time, at the right moment is how you're going to win a game like this.
Yeah, it's going to come down to just who wants it more.
Here's a shot, goes wide to the outside. Racing after it is going to be Eberling. Eberling looks to move it up the ice. Eberling puts a move on and does a nice job. Warrior player goes down, 3-on-2. Eberling with a shot. Steered aside by Skylar Young. Eberling gets there for the rebound, though. Still fighting for it along the boards, looks like with Hoyle. Going to be breaking it out now. Broken up nicely there. That was a great job by Andreen. Andreen still fighting for it. Andreen still fighting for it. And the puck finally comes loose, but the Warriors hang on to it and chip it into the corner with 7 minutes left as Hall circles behind her own net, looks to bring it up this side. Here comes Hall. Hall tries to thread the needle, gets it ahead of it. She's going to go after her own pass. Let's make sure somebody covers after it. So good forecheck by Hall trying to make something happen. Eberling with a great job covering there. I was hoping I was going to see that. Whistle on the play as it goes off sides. So good situational awareness there. Hall saw the lane and took it, threw it into the zone, chased after it. Great job by Eberling to back her up and cover the defense. All right.
That's the effort we want to see.
Yeah, exactly right.
And chase it down.
And
keep those feet moving.
And as we said earlier, you see one of your teammates making that effort, inspires you to make that effort, and that's really what we need to see here. All right, puck goes into the corner, fighting for it, going to come back as Andreen backs up. Good back check there by Karachi. Karachi does a nice job breaking it up, but Gibbs comes away with it. Gibbs into the zone. Gibbs circles across the middle, takes the shot, going to go into the corner. Still fighting for it, comes out. This is dangerous, right in front, steered in, and it scores. Geez, Greg, I hate to say it, that had to be a case of just not having your stick on the ice, right? I mean, it looked like that went straight in. So, once again, 2-goal deficit here and not much margin for error. So, got to see how the girls react to this here. really, they just got to really stick with it and come back. They're in this hockey game. It's a 3-1 hockey game. They're in it. They got to stay with it. Eberling out there with Karaki and Tripp. Puck comes over to the outside. Another chance for the Warriors. Coming back in to help out is Dill. Dill looks at it. Nice shot block there. Once again, as I've said, the Royals doing a great job helping out the goaltender with the block shots. Here comes Tripp. Tripp looking about it. Here comes Tripp into the zone. Tripp looks to turn to the outside. She got some help. Nice pass. Here's a shot. Beautiful save by Young. Beautiful shot. Beautiful pass. Here's another chance. Shot in front. Another save by Young. Another chance in front. Good quality chances there by the Royals, but good goaltending by Skylar Young. She is up to the task. Play is offsides as Karaki comes in out of the zone. Again, as we mentioned, difference between 19U SGHL and NCAA NHL rules, no delayed offsides. So in the NHL, NCAA, puck goes into the zone. As long as your team doesn't touch it, you have a chance to come back up, get the play on sides. It's a delayed offsides. However, at this level, if puck crosses the blue line and somebody's in the zone, it's an automatic whistle. Puck goes in on Terrafly. She kicks it out with her pad to LaForce. LaForce fires it up ahead to Cook. Cook looks defeated up, but gets it right onto the stick of Rowley. Rowley chips it off the boards, and good job by Cook to break it up. Cook still fighting for it, gets it ahead to Furr. Furr now chasing after Rowley. Furr does a good job taking the angle there. Very smart there in terms of not chasing behind the net, but still not enough as they're able to clear it. Good job there. Puck comes out of the zone. Now turned back around, having to get after it is going to be trying for it is Rowley, gets there first. Puck comes back to LaForce. LaForce brings it up ahead, lands on the stick. Furr tries for the steal, can't get it. Now stepping up is going to be Miller. Puck comes all the way down, won't be an icing, must have been tipped. 4:52 left to play. Chipped ahead by LaForce, but it lands right on the stick of Gibbs. LaForce gets it back, but it comes to Rowley. Rowley gets a shot that goes wide. Steered aside by... Comes back around the outside now, comes to the near side, moves it up over to the far side. Chasing after it is Furr and Hoyle. Furr gets there and blocks it, but it comes back out, able to keep it in. Now this is going to be a chance for Rowley. Rowley gets taken off the play by her own player. Gets around Bernius, though. Here's a shot, knocked down, rebound in front, save, rebound, bodies all over the racetrack. Puck is still loose, fighting for it, Good job putting somebody down there. That's what I want to see, folks. You're a defensewoman or a center, and you've got somebody standing on the doorstep of your net. You got two choices. You move them or you knock them down. And if there's ever going to be a time that you're going to take a penalty for knocking somebody down, that's the time to do it. All right, Styles to take the face-off for the Warriors out there with Karaki. I believe that's going to be Eberling at center. Looks like she's out there and has got Hall with her. Hall practicing her axe work on the face-off as the two of them were beating on each other with the lumber there. Puck goes into the corner. Chasing after it is Andreen. Andreen gets there looking to turn the corner. Andreen feeds it up ahead, gets it onto the stick of Karaki. Karaki's just got to get it out. She's got to knock that out of there. Coming back to help is Andreen. Just a little too fancy on the blue line. Here's a chance. Comes in, goes wide. Just got to get the puck out of the zone, Greg. I mean, you just can't be fancy. When you're on the blue line, you got somebody standing there. You can't be fancy. You got to chip it. All right, here comes Eberling. Eberling with 2 to beat, though. Eberling comes in, shoots a long shot, steers it to the outside. So glad to see that dump and chase getting geared up. Oh, trying for the centering try, but Eberling can't get a handle on it. Fighting for it with Fishback. Eberling still fighting for it. In comes Eberling, and Dreen comes to help. Fishback knocks it up. Warriors try to bring it in. Good job by Hall to take the body off. Hall's going to get there first. Hall skating around behind the net, still fighting for it. Hall looks to bring it up, fires and does. That's what I'm talking about. Good play by Hall there to fire it down the length of the ice. 3 minutes left to play. Going to go on Skylar Young, and Skylar Young is going to hold on to it. So, Greg, Royals very much in this game. 3-1. One of the goals, a total fluke goal. Second goal really just looked like maybe Terrafly didn't have her stick on the ice. So, very close, evenly contested game here.
Yeah, and the Royals are starting to pick it up here. They've got a little bit of an extra step now. So maybe they'll get another one. We get one more, and now it's again a 1-goal game, and it's anybody's game.
Next goal in this game is huge, in my opinion, right? It's the difference between a 3-2 hockey game and a 4. Here's a shot, though, put on net there. Nice try there. Fur gets into the corner. Fur looking for the centering try. Can't find anybody. Gets it out there, but nobody there. Stepping up to help out. Good job by Bernius, gets in there, chips it in. Now coming back to help out is LaForce. LaForce, they are able to get ahead. Going to be a 2-on-1, though. Turn to the outside. Shot a mile wide. Puck comes to the outside. Dill is there. Dill goes down, but manages to get the centering try off. Puck is loose, point-blank range. Saved by Terrafly. Puck open in front. Still looking for it. Backhand shot off the side of the net. Looking for the wraparound. I believe that since I've been watching SJHL hockey games, Greg, I've seen more attempted wraparound goals than in my previous hockey life up until that point. It's fun when it happens, but the percentages are not good. All right, Fur to take the face-off. Won cleanly by the Warriors. Got out to the middle, but can't do anything with it. Now they have a chance. Oh, my gosh, they got somebody right in front of the net, and that is, I believe that was Dill. Yeah, if they continue to leave players like Dill in front of the net unprotected, the Royals are going to find themselves in a pickle. Puck comes to the outside now, looking to bring it up the far side. Bernius is there. They get around her. Going to be a 3-on-1 now. Centering try, pad save, comes loose. Oh, dangerous moments there. Good thing Dill could not get a handle on it. Puck comes around behind now. Chasing after it is Fur. Fur looks to bring it up. Gets around one player. She got some room now. She moves up the ice. Oh, good job by Fur to use all the ice she paid for. Brings it up now. Gets it up ahead. Not quite far enough, though, and it's going to get onto a stick and chipped up into the box of the Royals. Good job by Fur. You know, as you saw her coming up the far side, saw the open lane here, got to here, but maybe not quite enough on the dump in. I got to say, from what I've seen so far this weekend, I'd say all of the Royals are having the strongest game that I've seen them play, definitely as a team, if not as individuals. Here comes a chance for Fur now. Fur brings it to the outside, circles back. Oh, correction, that's Eberling. Comes around looking, fighting for it. Eberling, here's it. Oh, just fans on it. Good chance there, though. That is Tripp fighting for it. Tripp still fighting for it. Coming away with it is going to be Eberling. Eberling with a shot. Oh, puts it high. Good, solid shot. Goes just high. Looking for that top shelf. Hall tries to chip it. Oh, a little bit lazy there. This could be dangerous. Pad save and abusey, though, by Terrafly. We're under a minute to play here. Puck comes back to Fishback. Fishback in a little confusion as Styles and Fishback get tied up. Odd angle shot comes around to the outside. Here's a chance to get to the puck first, and they do. Here's a chance for Tripp moving up the ice, 1-on-1. Here comes Tripp into the zone. Tripp gets around her. Tripp takes a shot. Oh, beautiful play by Tripp. Can't quite close the deal. Looking for the centering try now. Loses sight of it. Eberling is there to help. Eberling puts it toward the net. Bounces behind now. Nobody there, though. No pressure. Got to get after her. Given way too much time. Good job by Andreen to keep it in. Dumped back in by Karaki. 14 seconds left. Still fighting for it. Fishback controls it behind. Fires it up along the boards. Andreen steps up to keep it in. Does, but it comes to the outside. Andreen is hit from behind. No call on the play. Takes a shot. Saves. A little bit of a question. Looked pretty clear to me that Andreen took a shot from behind after the puck moved up the ice. Referee in good position to make the call. No call on the play. But I will say, both the referees letting the girls play here. It's been a clean game. Physical, right? Nothing wrong with physical. We're seeing that in the Women's Professional Hockey League, you know, letting the young women really kind of get at each other. And if that's the future of hockey, right, Greg, if the Women's Professional Hockey League and that level of physical play is what we're looking at, then, you know, what we've heard the women in the Women's Professional Hockey League say is, we're just learning to do this, right? We've spent a lot of them, maybe they played with guys, you know, up to the 13, 14U level. And so really got to start to let these girls have an opportunity to get physical in these hockey games. All right, so we've got 3-1 here. Good, close game. Would love to be a fly on the plexiglass over there, hearing what Coach Alexis is telling her team. She's all smiles, though. Good goaltending from Terrafly so far. Maybe a couple little lapses there, but otherwise she's made solid goals. Been getting her money's worth out of those pads tonight as she has made a couple of beautiful pad saves. Okay, Royals are first to break the huddle. Warriors now will join them. Third period action coming up with 15 fresh minutes on the clock. The Warriors, South Carolina Lady Warriors in white, moving from left to right, your Queen City Royals moving from right to left. Kate Furr to take the face-off. She is out there with Miller on the near side and Cook on the far side. Face-off won cleanly by Furr. Gets it off to Cook. Cook fires it ahead, but it lands on a Royal stick. Furr steps up to try to take it away, but it ends up back with the Warriors again. Warriors into the zone. Warriors come in, take a shot, save, rebound in front. Puck is loose. Good job there as Furr circles back behind her own net. Player goes down. That was LaForce. Trying to break it out is Furr. Furr loses a handle on it. Good job. Good teamwork by the Warriors. First player took it away. Second player took the puck. Here's a shot now. Save, rebound. Once again, player sitting on the doorstep. Beautiful save. Loose in front. Puck is still loose. Steered wide there. Kraus looking for the centering try. Looks to stuff it in. And the wraparound goal continues to be the lowest percentage goal in hockey. Definitely not the right play there, Greg. She had two shooters in position that she could have passed that out to. That the number of times I see these young women go for that low percentage wraparound. All right, face-off is going to be taken by Eberling. She is out there now with Tripp. Hall back on defense along with Andreen, I believe. Andreen manages to flip it ahead. Gets it onto the stick now of Eberling. Eberling looks to bring it up the near side. Eberling goes to the middle, broken up nicely. So Warriors doing a good job. I don't think we've had an odd skater rush yet. The Warriors do a good job staying back. And, oh, look out, this is dangerous! And she scores. Third somewhat fluke goal of the night here.
Well, that was off the rebound.
Yeah, it came off the rebound, but the reason I say fluke goal is just because Terrifly was just sliding the wrong way. She made the save. In making the save, she was sliding the wrong way. Puck came way out to the outside into open territory, and the Warriors are able to put it in and climb to a 4-1 lead here. Eberling remains out there along with Tripp and Cook. Puck comes back to the outside now. Fighting for it is Hall. Hall chips it up ahead to Tripp. Tripp fights for it. Rowley comes over to take her off the puck. Hoyle tries to control it, can't. Comes back to the outside. Flipped up ahead onto the stick of Kraus. Good job by Hall to break it up. Hall circles back. Hall looking for an outlet. Can't find it. Finally does. Oh, Hall breaks through. First odd man rush of the game so far. Here comes Hall. She's got four skaters with her. Shoots it just wide. Eberling gets there, though. Fired back in. Good job by Tripp coming back to cover for Hall. 13-minute mark here in the third period. Royals trailing by 3, 4-1. Here's Eberling, chips it on net, goes behind to the outside. Going to land on Dill. Dill will bring it up the far side. Got Hall to beat. Hall turns her to the middle. She puts it into the feet of the skates. That puck's going to be offsides, as it looks like Hoyle, I believe, got turned around. Correction, that was Gibbs, got turned around, and Dill was already in the zone. So with 12:50 left to play here in the third period, 4-1, Warriors on top of the Royals. Royals still looking for their first win on the season. Furr, Miller, and looks like Cook out there with LaForce and Bernius back on defense. So chipped up ahead, kept in, that's offside. So, yeah, you know, Greg, watching this game, I said at the onset of the game before we got started, and I'll say it again, I'm really looking forward to seeing this Royals team intact. I'm really looking to see them on a weekend when all their skaters and all their players are here, which has yet to happen. All right, good job there by Miller to use the body to knock it out. Puck comes out. Royals control it, though. Chasing it into the corner is Bernius. Bernius fighting for it. Bernius is met by Roll. Here's an odd angle shot, goes wide behind the net. Puck goes into the corner. Chasing after it is going to be LaForce. Here's a shot high, knocked down. Kept in, controlled by the Warriors. Here comes Fishback in. Fishback looks to take the shot. Fans on it. Tries to chip it behind the net and does. Looking for the center try. Tries to throw it and does. Good job there. Now that was good hockey right there, I have to say. That was not a wraparound attempt. She stepped out in front of the net. I think she was looking for the pass, actually. She stepped out in front of the net, but when she did, she saw that wide open far of it. Did a nice job just catching the inside of the far post.
Yeah, Lola was covering the near post looking for that wraparound, and she stepped away from it.
Yep. So maybe that's the science of the wraparound. Do it enough times, and you're going to fool the goaltender. All right, so the Royals looking to get back in it here. Tough task to have against a goaltender like Skylar Young. 4-goal deficit. Going to have to see some real pressure here as Eberling fights for it. Can't quite control it. Karaki gets over there to help out. Broken up by Andreen. Andreen fighting for it. Puck goes in and finally out of the zone. Chip back in. That's going to be offsides. Well called there as Stiles had not had an opportunity to get out of the net, or get out of the zone, rather. So with 11:45 in this 5-1 hockey game, faceoff is going to be just outside of the Royals zone. Royals, of course, in black, moving from right to left. Warriors in white, moving from left to right. Here's a chance, knocked down nicely by Hall. Turned around behind the net, looking for the centering try. Oh, look, a wraparound attempt. Loose. Oh, my goodness, that was right on the doorstep, Greg. Sitting right there. Great job to get it out. Trying to come help out now is Andreen. Puck goes behind the net. Hall is there. Coming back to help out is going to be Tripp. Tripp moves it up. Tripp gets her pocket pick, trying to bring it back in. Blocked there nicely. Two Royals collide on the blue line. It's going to come back to Hall. Hall will chip it safely out as they're discombobulated. Going to be waved off as the puck was touched. Chasing after it is going to be Rowley. Eberling putting the pressure on. We're just under the 11-minute mark here. Oh, nice job stepping up off the bench. Going to go back down around. Loose kind of can't swat at it like this. Going to be a 2-on-1. Lose a handle on it, though. Puck did stay in. I was going to say it was close, but now it comes out. And Rowley will have to circle back around the face-off center ice. Try to bring it back in and does. However, she's met there. Looks to chip it out. Can't get it out is Tripp. Tripp looking tired on that play as Rowley will circle back again, calling Rowley's name a lot as she's had a lot of touches in this game so far. Chipped in onto the stick of Tripp. Tripp manages to get it out, who puts it over onto the stick of Eberling. Turned back around by Rowley, who dumps it into the zone. So smart play by the Warriors here. You're up 5-1. Good smart play to just dump it in the zone and try to keep the Royals from getting momentum. Oh, nice back check there. Hall does a good job using the body, but a nice job by Stiles to break up the rush. Stepping in now is Eberling. Controlled shot on net, but right onto a stick. Good job breaking it up there is Miller. Miller did a nice job breaking that up. Fishback throws it along the boards. LaForce is going to have to hurry to get there and did not. Hall now comes in. This is going to be a break. Got one behind now. She gets around Hall fighting for it, and a good job there getting a little help from her friends as Eberling comes back. Miller fires it up the length of the ice. No icing as Volko had every opportunity to play that puck. Going to go down the length of the ice. Royals are going to get a full change. That's why you're not seeing any chase. Though I would like to see a little bit more chase, a little bit more urgency. Now looking to break it out to the outside. Oh, good job by Miller to turn that around and pick the pocket of Fishback as the Warriors will regroup, try to bring it up. Karachi getting in there, getting a little physical now, chips it in. Puck is going to come in on Skylar Young. Karachi chasing after it. Young looks to fade it out, comes onto the stick of Tripp. Tripp with a shot, puts it right back on. Young has a little trouble handling it, finally jumps on it. Interesting play there. Almost a little disastrous for the Warriors. Questionable decision, in my opinion, by Skylar Young to play that puck that way. Flips it up along the boards, puts it right onto the stick at Tripp. Then she has trouble handling the shot, but she cleaned up her own mess by jumping on it behind the zone. Here it comes in front now, looking to clear it out. Hard shot, knocked down nicely by Tripp, kept in by the Royals. 8:50 to play here as the Royals putting some pressure on in the zone, but they need a lot. And they need to score quickly here, as now here comes Dill bringing it up the ice. Dill looks to get around, cannot. Bernius is there to knock it. Puck does not clear the zone, though. Kept in now by, here's a shot, steered in front, pad side, goes to the outside. Got to do something about Dill standing in front of the net like that. She's just standing there. We don't get her out of there. We're going to have if we don't get Dill out of the front of the net, we're going to have a pickle. All right, here we come. This is Furr looking to bring it in. Furr now circles to the outside. Furr takes a shot, goes to the outside, goes and misses. Puck comes out, can't be kept in. Oh, this is going to be a foot race now between Bernius and Kraus. Oh, and a nice job there as the puck gets turned back. And interesting, it looked like the referee forgot the rules there for a second. Didn't call the offsides until the puck was touched. For those of you at home, I'm sorry about the dill pickle joke twice, but nobody here heard it, so felt like I had to say it again. All right, face-off is won by the Royals, shipped back into the Warriors zone. Hoyle circles back in her own zone, looks to bring it up the middle of the ice. Hoyle does, nice nifty move there. She's got a lot of people to get through, though. Turns to the outside, looking to get it out in front, and does, but nobody home. Puck comes back now, can't see it, comes back loose and dangerous in front. Fired off the boards by Bernius. Good play by Bernius. Puck comes out of the zone. Miller is there. Can't see it, though. Puck is in her feet. Coming back to help out. And finally, the puck makes its way into the Warriors zone. Rowley circles back behind her own net. Looks to bring it up. Pressuring her is Eberling. 7:23 left to play. Here comes Rowley. Dangerous player moving up the ice. But she gets back checked off the puck by Eberling. Hall scoops it up. Eberling will look to break it out. Rowley is just absolutely a forechecking machine. That's really the kind of effort, Greg, we've been talking about needing to see out of the Royals here. She's just got her legs moving all the time, making things happen. Speed kills in hockey. Eberling looks to feed it up ahead, can't quite get it there. Kept on a Warriors stick. So the Warriors in the Royals zone, not necessarily pretty like we saw with the Bears earlier, but nevertheless effective in terms of sure grit and energy, getting to pucks faster. Very much a hustle hockey game here. Puck comes back up to Karachi. Karachi can't get it. A lot of white jerseys on the ice. Probably a good no call there. Watching it carefully now as they get their sixth skater on the ice. Furr tries to get back and pick it off. Oh, good job by Karachi. Karachi fighting for it. Still fighting for it. Manages to keep it in. Tripp gets after it. Tripp a little bit slow to get there. Karaki, though, doing a great job. This pressure is all Karaki as she held the blue line there like a force. Comes back to the outside. Bernius brings it in. Bernius fighting for it. Bernius looking for the center try. Bernius runs right into it, takes a hit. Karaki looking for a little revenge. Furr circles high. Furr looks for a shot, takes it, goes wide. Comes around behind the net. Karaki and Fishback bump into each other. Kept in on the boards now. Starting to finish their plays with contact here. Both teams at the 5-minute mark. Kept in now. Bernius knocks it back in. Lands onto the stick. Comes over to Furr. Furr looks to take a shot. Can't get it. Furr still fighting for it. Throws it in front. Can't get it there. Still struggling behind the net is Furr. She finally gets it taken away by Fishback. And here comes Fishback up the far side with 5:20 left to play in the game. Fishback is into the zone. Gets around. Oh, my goodness. And she scores. I mean, no excuse, Greg. I'm sorry, but absolutely no reason to allow a player like that with that kind of speed to get the length of the ice. Royals had 3 or 4 chances to stop her. Basically just laid out the red carpet into the zone. Not going to win a lot of hockey games playing with that kind of effort, plain and simple. All right, 6-1 here. Royals in a hole that is all but insurmountable. Warriors still showing some spring in their step with a comfortable 5-1 lead. So it looks like another weekend may pass, barring an unforeseen circumstance and miracle before the Warriors taste victory here. Or correction, Royals taste victory. Royals fired up. Warriors fired up. Hall is back to chase after it. That's going to be an icing. And with 4:57 left to play in a 6-1 hockey game, faceoff is going to come all the way back down into the Warriors zone. Eberling along with Miller and Andreen up front. No, correction, Cook up front. Andreen along with Hall on defense. Faceoff is won by the Warriors. Chip to the outside, but lands on the stick of Andreen. Andreen has trouble handling it, but manages to get it over to Miller. Miller dumps it in, but doesn't get very far. Eberling there to pressure. Miller there to back her up, still fighting for it, battling for control. Going to land on a Warrior stick, though. Fires it right into the skates of Dill. Dill will circle back behind the net, looking to put pressure on now. Looking to come into the outside now. Looks to break it back. Still fighting for it. Yeah, I would say the defense on the Royals playing a little bit conservative here. Oh, that was dangerous. Shot on net. Caught Skylar Young a little bit by surprise. I got to feel like at this point I'd really like to see the defense of the Royals playing a little bit more aggressively. Puck was deep in the zone and looking out onto the ice. Both defensewomen for the Royals, a healthy 5-10 feet back from the blue line. You're down 6-1, 4:21 left in a hockey game. You haven't got to win all season. What's another goal matter? Put the pressure on. Get the puck in the net. Let that defense cheat up. All right, fighting for it is Hall, throws it in. Still fighting for it. Hall ships it in, comes back, fired up along, goes all the way to the far side board. This could be dangerous. Going to have to hurry up. Andreen does a nice job getting back for it, turns it back around. We're at the 4-minute mark here as the Warriors circle back up, chip it off the boards, get the puck to Krause. Krause can't handle it. She gets muscled off it by Hall. Hall still fighting for it, manages to keep it out of zone. Hall knocks Krause down. Good use of the body there. Good no call by the referee. This is going to be Dill, chips it in, lands right on the stick of Hall again. Hall fires it off the boards, going to come back and land on the stick of Hoyle. Hoyle licks to bring it in. Hall breaks it up. Chasing after behind the net is Andreen as we approach the 3:30 mark in the game. Fed up ahead, a little bit of a dangerous pass, and it proves dangerous as the puck goes up. Carefly has to work for that one. Weird bouncy fly ball out to left field. Fighting for it in the corner now. Comes out. Oh, my goodness. Now the Royals just playing way too deep. Ouchie, ouchie. Eberling took that one probably where there's not a pad, so that probably is going to leave a mark. Again, the Royals doing such a great job blocking shots and helping out their goaltenders. Eberling fires it up ahead, going to get there, but it's going to land on the stick of Rowley. Rowley puts it on deflection, trying in front, and they score. Good play there. Good solid goal there by the Warriors. Good stick work, Greg. I got to give her credit. Puck came in on the net, and good solid stick work by the Warrior there to get herself in a position and get a quality shot off. So now it's a 7-1 hockey game. Yeah, and I see one of the Royals players asking to run the clock, man. I don't like to see that at all. All right, number 51, Kate Furr out there with trip number 55 and number 93, Cook, looking to break it in, still fighting for it. This is Furr looking to circle out. She gets pressured, throws it down, going to be picked off by Fishback. Fishback looks to control it. Fired all the way across over here, going to land onto the stick of Hendricks. Hendricks brings it in. Hendricks takes a shot. Goes into the corner. This is LaForest muscled off. Another try to stuff it in. And the whistle will sound. Clock is now running with 2 minutes left to play. So it does appear that barring a miracle of biblical proportions here, your Royals will leave the weekend winless again. But like I said, one thing about these games is they don't count. And so we will simply go into the tournament next at the end of February, beginning of March, as the 4th seed. But it's a reset, level playing field, everybody with a chance. to still come away with a championship or a respectable seed. And like I said, Greg, let's hope we get to see all of our Royals on the ice. So 1:23 left to play, 1:20. Puck circling, bringing it up the ice is going to be Fishback. Fishback moving it up the ice, looks to turn to the outside, gets around Bernius, comes in, makes a shot. Good save there by Terrafly. Puck will come out of the zone. We're at the 1 minute mark. Greg, I'm going to let you get out of here as quickly as we can at the end of the game. So just want to say again, thank you so much for the support, filming, helping out with our technical issues. It just makes a great broadcast experience for our folks at home. So Greg Heller, big thanks to you. Appreciate it. So we will be back here in Jacksonville at the end of the month in February for the Southern Girls Hockey League Championship Tournament.
That's weekend 4. Championships is in Atlanta the next weekend.
Okay, so some confusion around that because I saw that in the it looked to me like on the schedule they were calling the last weekend the championship. So one way or the other, we'll be playing in Jacksonville at the end of the month. And I was under the same impression you were, Greg, that there was a championship weekend after that. Okay. All right. So the word is that the championship weekend will be in Atlanta at the end of the season, probably not just having updated the SGL website. We've got about 10 seconds left. Puck is going to go up the far side of the boards. We've got 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Block shot there. Another shot by Rowley. Loose in front. Buzzer sounds. And your final score is going to be the Queen City Royals